Hi, this is Allie from Allie Cats Crafts. I'm here to show you another alteration of the Sweeter With You July 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit. So this is the card that we'll be making today, and I made 3 of them. We're going to make one together, and they're all slightly different. So these are the 2 cards that I did, and you can see I had to have my little mice. I just found that I had to have mice because, look at them, they're hanging on the strawberries. They're so cute. So just a note for a sweet friend. And yesterday when I put up a video, remember I had cut out the strawberries, and this is the card that we made together. After I finished the video, I forgot to put my little red bow on my strawberry and put all my little embellishments. And I added flowers and this little strawberry here to it, and just a note. Okay, you saw all of that except for that little bit. So I wanted to show you the finished card. And like I said, you can get 4 cards out of this. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 different papers, and then I fussy cut out the strawberry. I drew out the strawberry myself and put some leaves on there. So that is, and here's the second one that I did. It's a flip out. Hi, sweet friend. And I embossed this and then raked red ink across there. I made it a fun fold. The third one that I made was this one, and I put some strawberries here, and there's the 4-piece. Sorry about that. My throat's kind of dry. Thinking of you. And I used the diamond dots on each one of these cards to bring in that nice little sparkle. And I used Garden Green card base. And this part, the stripe where it came from, let me go get it, I'll show you. It came from the pick of the crop. It's the inside of the envelope. I cut it down, and there's a Paper Pumpkin 2022 pick of the crop. And that's what I used to go across there. Use the strawberries out of there and the paper, and this is the one that I stamped. All this came out of the kit. That was extra. That's the flower from the kit. It's the die. When you get that circle of Seasons dies. Okay, so that's the second one. Did my bow, or third one, sorry. And here's the fourth one, because like I said, there's 4 pieces, so I made 4. And I made this DSP like you saw in a couple of videos before. I stamped it all out and made this DSP. And so I made another one to go with this card. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the card that I showed you before, the third of these. I'm gonna make one together with you. And this will be one of the 2. So I took, and I already cut out my stuff, I took the envelope and mounted it to go perfect on the front of the card, the white card base. And then cut up part of the card base from the kit, as you can see. Let me see if I can find a piece. Here's a piece of it. I think this is the last envelope. And I cut it down to go on the front of the card at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that's part of the card base from the original kit. I also took, and let me get this pulled back a little bit so we can see a little bit better. I took my hole punch that is 1 1/4 inches, which I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is, right on top of the thing. So it's 1 1/4. It's a very old one. It's bleached by the sun, because I used to put it in my window back in California. Had all my punches lined up in the windowsill. So that's my 1 1/4. Very old, well-loved, and used punch. So I punched out each one of these squares, And all of this is from the card bases that was sent to me, except for these pieces right here. That was the napkin that I glued down. And I have my little mouse and some strawberries and some flowers from the kit. And this is a part of the envelope that I cut out right here. And that's going to be my piece that goes right there. And that's what I used on the other cards, as you can see, that envelope piece. And I did the background, same thing in that, okay? So what you will do is you will take your paper, make sure I'm all the way in, need to go up a tiny bit more, and you will take your little squares and you'll line them up how you want them. So I kind of pre-designed how I wanted them. So then this one's gonna go right here. Now the thing is, when you glue these down, you need to keep in mind that the pieces have like an 1/8 of an inch space between each. So in order to get it the way you want it, you will take, I always start from the corner, because I think that is the best way. So I will turn my card base like this, and I'll grab my first one, put some glue. It's good to use liquid glue because you can move your paper around. So the next thing you'll do is you'll line it up so it's an 1/8 of an inch all the way around this side and this side, okay? Then I'll go to the next corner and I'll do the same thing. You want to do all your corners first. That way you know exactly where everything's going to fit. It just works out so much better. So now I'll grab this one and I'll do the same thing. About an 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Move that off. Then I'll grab this corner one and I'll do the same thing. Oops, I dropped it. About an 1/8 of an inch from the corner. Put it down there just like that. So, and this is another way how you could use up your paper very slowly, and you can make several cards. And what I like to do, oh, my little napkin's coming up a little bit. So I will take and just put a little bit of glue under there. No big deal. And I'll go an 1/8 of an inch right here. So it's just a tiny border. So now I have my 4 corners. And I will take and I will put my little strawberries down how I want them. Okay. So the next step, you're gonna grab this one here, and that paper looks good. And now you're going to line it up right here at the bottom, do an equal spacing over here and here and there. Okay? And then you're gonna go to this one and do the same thing. Now this one, you have to make sure you're really good close to it so that when you lay the next one down, and don't press it down, just set it there for a second. That is the best way. That way it allows you room to move it around, because you want to move it around. So you're gonna put the next one down. Very little space. So you know what? When that happens, you get your scissors out and check out just a hair. Now it's perfect spacing. And you will not notice that in the end. So now you're gonna line this up, push it into place and press it down. And then the last piece, and this one automatically will line up. Sometimes, like if I just went just a little bit further over there or something, that's when you have the problem where it kind of doesn't line up. But you can snip off a little bit. It's not a big deal. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to glue it to the front of my card. Get some glue on here. Glue it right down to the front of the card, leaving my 1/4 of an inch all the way around, because I allowed for that. It's not quite where I want it. Lift it up and kind of move it around. With that liquid glue, you can move things around. Kind of stuck real fast this time. I will pull it up and do it again. And as long as you don't press it into place, you can get it up very easily. So I'll re-glue it. And I'll try it again. Oops, let's get it the right way first. Put it down and go right straight across. That is much better. Press it down real good, and there's part of the card already. So the next step, we're gonna get your little piece of paper right here, the envelope piece. Now I'm going to design how I want this to look. My mouse, I just love this mouse. He is so cute. So I'm gonna have him to where he's kind of holding up the strawberry, kind of like that. Or, you know what, maybe he'll be standing on this one. So there's so many things you could do. You could kind of lay the strawberry like this, like it's, I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like having him behind. Okay? And then I'll put a little strawberry like in his little paw. So he's holding up a strawberry. That's cute. I think I'll do that. So I want to use my dimensionals. So I will grab some dimensionals. So I could lift up this strawberry so he's standing right underneath it or right behind it, kind of. And I will put dimensionals only on the bottom part. Okay? You want just the bottom because you want to slip your little mouse up under it. So I'm going to take and put your little dimensionals on. This is a very fun card. And sometimes when you can't think of what you want to do, this is a good card for that. So I left the spot open so that I could slip my mouse right in there just like that. And I did color him, if you notice. He's a gray with little pink ears. And I showed you that in the last video, but I'll show you what it looks like. So I don't have the Stampin' Up! Blendables yet for these colors. So I have my Spectrum Noir Pale Pink Blend, and I use the light. It's a trio, so you have light, medium, and dark. So medium is this one, okay? And then I use the Brown Gray blend, and same thing, I use the light, okay? And I colored the mouse. Very fun, easy, and simple. So now I have that one strawberry poked up. I'm gonna put some glue on the back of my mouse, and I'm gonna poke him right back there like he's standing behind that strawberry. Okay, and then I want to take and put the strawberry in his little paw because he's holding it up and he's so excited to have that strawberry. So he has a strawberry in his little paw. Okay, and then the next thing, I want to take and pop up this. So I'll get my dimensionals again. And this is a very fun, easy card. I picked up some stamps with the little mouse because Stampin' Up! Only had one that had a mouse. And you know what? I think this is the one. Hold on a second. Let me get that little stamp set out so you can see what I'm talking about. It's an old retired one. It's called Mischievous Mouse. And see right here, he's holding balloon. So he's reaching up. Actually, he is not that one. He is on the other card. So you can see him right there. He's on this card. See, he's holding, instead of a balloon, he's holding up his strawberry. Really cute. So this is a different mouse that I had, but he's holding on to that strawberry because he likes it. But I have to put his hand behind it a little bit. Kind of like that. See how I put his little hand behind there and his face is poking out? So now let's finish putting our dimensionals on. One there and there. Pull off the backings. I'll place this right down here, trying to get all my edges so they line up real nice, and you want to line up along here too. So there we go. That part. Move all my little pieces of paper. And I have my flowers, and I want to put one flower on each corner. So on the little checkered part. So when I placed my flowers on the other ones, it did the same thing. It picked certain spots that I wanted to have highlighted with the flowers. And I'll show you what I mean. Like with this one, The green had no design, just the checker, so I put them there. And then on this one, I put it on the pink. And I just put a bunch on there. I just wanted to put a lot on that one. I just felt like it. No rhyme, no reason, just felt like it. So I have my 3 little ones there. And then I will get my diamond dots. And I would like to use some red. And I think I want to put one here, here, and here. Oh, and his little tail's not glued down. A little glue under there to get that tail stay right there. So I'll get my take a pick tool and wait a couple seconds for this to kind of dry. I think I'll put a few more on here because I really like these diamond dots on here. So I think I'll just throw a few here and there. Maybe like that. I think that's a good amount. So I'll pick up my little diamond dot and stick it down. I've allowed it to dry enough, I think, so it'll stay. But I also have realized if I just barely touch it with my tool, it's better. Because what I was doing is I was grabbing it and poking it down real hard. So now I just kind of tap my tool, and it'll go down. I can just push it down with my finger. Works out really well. Yeah, you can see me. I just want to make sure. There's that one. And one more I think I have up there. Yes, I do, right there. So I will take that one and put that one there. So that's really cute. I like this one. Okay, so that one is done. Except for, I feel like I want a bow on this one. I really do. I don't know why, but I just feel like it needs a bow. And I think right there, so you just take and just take your twine, just make a tiny, tiny bow. I'm going to do a tiny one because I want it around the mouse's neck. It's going to be really cute. I'll have like nice little strings hanging down. And I will get my little dots here. Oh, it stayed on there. That's even better. So look, see it stays right there? I'll take and press my twine on there. And I'll put it right around his cute little neck. Oh yeah, that was a good touch. I like that. So he has a cute little red bow. So there's our mouse. He's holding up his strawberry and he's very happy with a smile. Okay? So the last thing I want to do is I want to bring a scratched piece of paper in. And my Stampin' Pierce pad here that my friend Lori got me. And I'm going to open up my card. And I want to use the garden green and put some leaves around this card. Move some of the stuff out of the way. So I will stamp down, stamp off, put a little leaf right there. One right there. And one right there. So it has nice little leaves on it. And I'm going to get my Hi Sweet Friend, and I think I will put it, I was thinking kind of like that, but I need to get a dimensional, which is right here. So it'll go right off like that. So I will take and do my dimensional. I'll put some glue right here. So I have my little sentiment that goes right there. Hi, sweet friend. And remember that has dimensionals behind this, so it just lands right there. I need to bring the little hi down. It's kind of hidden there. There we go. That's better. So that's that card. Very cute. I like it. So now we're going to do one more card. And this one is a strip. I took all my little strips of paper and I'm gonna glue them down and we'll make a strip card. So when you get down to where you just have little pieces here and there, I like to do this. So I just kind of like, I'll start, usually I start in the middle because I want to get the biggest piece that's going to take up the most room, and I want to start right there. So I will start with this one, and there's no rhyme, no reason. You just put your paper down. If you want to have it organized in different colors, you can, or if you want to just, I don't know, mix and mingle. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's what's cool about this card, is it's really up to you. So once I get the first one down, I'm going to start putting glue down, and I'm going to put them right up next to each other. And then the next one I think I'll do is this one. And then, so we're going to put them right up next to each other, and this is going to be a cute card when it's done. Guaranteed you'll like it. I like it. This is one of my favorite ones. When I get down to the bottom of my kit and I'm going, oh, what do I do? Oh yeah, I have all these little strips. When I cut out the paper, I'll use those. So nothing really goes to waste. That's what's nice about this card. So now I'm back to the checkered one. I like to do a pattern. I can't explain that, but I just do. It's just kind of fun for me. Okay, that stuck down. So I'm going to go to the next color. And that is the paper that I used for the, with the napkin. Okay. And the next one, I'm getting glue everywhere, I can see. The next one is the little pink checkered one. That right there. And then I'm going to go to the embossed one. And notice how I am trying to keep everything that direction. When I started this one, I should have done the rest that way, but I just was not paying attention. So because what you're going to do is you're going to reuse some of these pieces again. Like, see how this one? I'm going to put it right here. And when I cut this off, I'll have that other piece ready to use. So I'm going to go back to this one right here. And I want that strawberry to be there, so I purposely put that one there. And the next one is this one, which that should probably be the one that'll end this section here. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so now, see all these extra papers right here? You're going to take your long scissors that I like to use, because it's easier, and you're going to trim right up against this edge. Okay, I'm going to grab this one. Just trim off all this, because you're going to use those little pieces that to do the rest of your card if you need them. Because when you get down to here, the little ones are good to use. Okay, see how it's coming along now? And this is like, you use up what you have, and it's a strip card. It turns out being really cute. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the embossed one. And I'm going to need a bigger piece because it's in the middle of the card. And you'll know when you need to use a bigger one. So just kind of put it on there, line it up so it goes right across there. And then I'm going to go back to this one. Nope, this one. Grab the wrong one. And the pieces are not, some are like perfect, exactly the same size, but I tried to, whatever I had, that's what I used. Some I actually cut because I didn't have enough, which is okay. Yeah, I mean, it had like sections of cards, if that makes sense. Like I had a 2-inch strip, and I cut it down so it's smaller pieces. And I'll put my little handmade stamped image checkers next. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the embossed one. And these are still too long, so we can't, too short, so I can't use those yet. But I will. Okay. Now we're back to this. Let's see if I have one long enough. Yes, I do. So we're using those things over. Grab it, I'm gonna put it right down there. So the next one is this one right here. And then the next one is a checkered one. Let's see if this one's long enough. Nope, I have to go to this one. So I'll do that one. Okay, and the next one is embossed one. Let's see if this one's long enough. Not quite. So I have this other one over here. Okay. The embossed one, and the next one is this little guy, and this one will be perfect right here. I'm just going to throw all that glue on there. When you get close to the end, you can do that. So I'm going to grab this one, and I think I want to do it like that because I want a little bit of that greenery there. And the last little piece is a checkered. So I know I have a checkered one somewhere in here. Let's see if I can find a tiny one. Nope, we'll use that one. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and trim off the rest of this. This trim so it's nice and even and neat. Okay. So these are not useful unless I do another card. You never know, but I don't think I will. I might. I tend to, if I have extras, I'll just do a bunch of the same. So here's what it looks like right now. I think it looks really good. So the next step is I have my card base, and I'm going to do a white one. That way they stand out. So I will glue this down. To my card base. That glue just does not want to stand up. Yeah, so keep in mind, if you have just some paper and you don't know what to do, and you're looking at going, what can I do with these little pieces of paper that I cut up in my kit? You look at it and you go, oh, I could do a strip card. You know, and same thing with these. I had just a bunch of random little pieces and I started punching them out and I designed 3 cards out of that just by using all those random little pieces. So this is going to go in the middle, my big strawberry. I need to stamp it. And what I'm going to put on there is, nope, the Hello Friend does not fit. That's okay. I will use Life is Sweeter with You. Let me get my block out. I will use this one. This is a block where I glued 2 together because I wanted it thicker because my fingers kept getting into the ink and it drove me crazy. I get ink all over myself, all over my paper. Like when you stamp it down, you get a fingerprint there. That's what I'm referring to. So I'm going to bring out my Stampin' Paris mat again. Set my thing on there. And you know what? Maybe I'll do green. I'll do the garden green ink, I think. I'll go tap, 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 and Life is Sweeter with You. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. Very fun and easy. And I'm going to clean my stamp. Off on my paper over there. Just going to clean it up so it's ready for whatever I'm going to do next. So I have this now. I'm going to put that right here. But I think I need to do a little extra stuff going on here because I don't want it plain. So I'm going to grab, I feel like I want to put a strawberry back there. But I didn't think about that. But now I'm kind of thinking that might be cute. Like there, and have this pop up. So I have one more, or maybe I just won't. I don't know. I kind of like that. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to glue this down flat. Okay. Just to add a little extra dimension. I'll get my dimensionals. Not those ones, I want the big ones. So I'm going to pop up this strawberry. Pull off my backings. And then I'll put it on my strawberry. But you know what? I think, hold on. I need to get my twine in here. Here it is. Okay. Kind of want to put, you know how you do the twine back here? Just kind of have it hanging down, kind of like that. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So I need to get some tearing tape. And I stick it right here in the middle. Okay. And then I will press it down. Let me close my glue really quick. Where is my, here it is. I was looking for my bone folder. So I'm gonna press this down really good because that's what you need to do. And I'll take my ticker pick and pull off the backing to expose the sticky spot. If I can get it to come up, there it goes. So then that is not long enough for what I want to do. So now I will take my twine, and if I'm going to put it kind of like that, yeah, I think I'll put it like that. So I'm going to grab my twine, and I'm just going to take and go around. That's what's nice about this. It's kind of like a bird's nest. That's what they call it. Just kind of bring your twine around. Just move it around. Twine, I like twine. And I like my little diamond dots to make everything sparkly. You know, I'm a crazy person when it comes to that. So I was thinking about like that. Now I think I need another little hoop there. Another little thing going on. So I kind of like it when it's a bunch. So you just kind of move it around. I mean, you can't go wrong. Trust me, you cannot go wrong. So I'll bring this around. I kind of look at the other side every so often so I know what I'm doing. And bring it around. And then I'll trim off my thing. And if you look at how cute that looks. That adds a lot. So then I'll just push that down just like that. Life is sweeter with you. So the next thing, I want to bring in my little diamond dots. Let me throw away my papers. Clean up my mess. Sometimes I'm in my craft room and your crafts get closed in on you. And that's a problem with me. So I feel like, I gotta clear the deck. My husband did that one day. He said, clear the deck. And I started laughing. I'm going, that is such a funny saying. So now I catch myself doing the same thing. Clear the deck. Who would have thought? You know, when you're married to someone for like 34 years, you seem to think a lot like that person. Which, that's not bad. I think it's pretty cool. Because then you know what to expect. Oh, my napkin looks like it's coming up there. There we go. Let's move that back down. So I'm gonna put some glue around here, add my diamond dots. Okay. And then I also had some flowers, but I don't know where they went. I thought I had flowers somewhere. Maybe I didn't have flowers for this one. But that's okay. I have some cut. I just have to put the special things on them. So I'll get my ticker pit out. Take your pick and use the putty edge again. And everywhere I put those little dots of glue, I'm going to put my little diamond dot. I'm just going to go through and find all my little spots. And I have glue all over my fingers. Either I have glue or ink, one or the other, most of the time. My husband says, you must be getting into your crafts. You better believe it, I'm getting into this card making. I love it. This is one of my favorite hobbies. Well, I do jewelry too, and other things, but I like to do cards the most. I think that's it. That's all I have. So now, I'm going to pick out where I want my flowers. And I'm going to put one like right about there. I want to put 3 on here because I really like odd numbers. When I do my diamond dots, I just kind of throw them all over so you don't really have to keep count. But the thing is, rule of thumb, odd number. That's the best. So there's that. And put my little dots back away. Almost done with the card. Just about done. Okay. The last thing I want to do is get out my Nuevo, I think it's Nuevo. And I'm going to put a little dot right here in the center of my flower. And it takes a good 2 hours to 3 hours to dry, so we don't touch it after that. And here is the second card. And I like it. Strips. Oh, wait, I forgot one thing. Almost forgot. I'll be very careful of the back. Bringing my Stampin' Paris thing. And my scratch paper. I almost forgot to do the inside. Sometimes you notice my videos, I just get so excited about finishing my card and I forget about that part. So I'm trying to remember. I also do the envelopes off. I just put my fingers in the ink. See? That's what I'm talking about. I am a messy person. But I'm having fun, so I'm okay with it. So stamp off and stamp on. The darker one is really dark, and I don't want that dark of a leaf on mine, so that's why I do that. Okay, here we go. Being very careful of my Nuevo dots, and I finished this card. So this is what we did today. Let me close my ink up. Put that flower over there. So we did this card and this card. Okay? And I probably will do a few more of these just because I have all this extra paper. I have all this right over here. See all that still to work with. It's like, oh, I can't let it go to waste. So that's the cards for today. Thank you for watching. And be sure and like and share my video. I would really appreciate that. And have a great day. Bye.